Hey guys, welcome back to Your Mindset, Your Power. Very grateful to have you here engaging in another powerful conversation together. I want to begin with a question that has the power to change your life. What if tomorrow never comes? Would you still wait? Would that resistance you're holding on to finally lose its grip? Let's get real today, my friend. Let's get intentional because the truth is, we're not promised tomorrow. So what are we doing with today? So let's start with where most of us get stuck. That invisible weight we carry, the resistance. Because even if we know time is precious, sometimes it still holds us back. So if you're feeling stuck, uninspired, resistance to change, you're not alone. That resistance you feel is often not laziness. It's often fear wearing a convincing mask. We say things like, it's not the right moment. I'm being realistic. I have to think about the kids. These are stories we tell ourselves to stay in the known, even if the known is painful. Think of a resistance like a quicksand. The more you freeze, the deeper you sink. But even one small intentional movement can start pulling you out. And sometimes that fear keeps us in places that are deeply unhealthy. Not just necessarily jobs that we have outgrown, but relationships that are toxic or even abusive. So many people stay in painful relationships because they're afraid of the unknown. They tell themselves it's for the family or because starting over again would be too hard. But here's the truth. Staying in toxic environments isn't helping your kids. They are learning more from the energy in the room than the words you say. And when people finally gather the strength to leave, they often say, I didn't even realize how much of myself I had lost until I got out. They start breathing again, sleeping better, smiling more. They reconnect with who they are because they are no longer surviving. They're living. Don't wait for your life to hit you hard to make a change. Sometimes courage is quiet. It's one choice. It's one step. And yes, even when we want to act, we push it off, not necessarily forever, for later. And let's talk about that word later, because it's one of the most dangerous words we use. I'll spend more time with my kids later. I'll visit my family later. I'll start living once I'm finally stable later. But later is a dangerous illusion. Yes, later is often just another word for never. I know someone who has kept postponing time with their aging parents. They're always too busy saving up for the future. Then one day, the chance is gone. They don't need to have a fancy vacation. Just a weekend road trip would be enough. Memories don't need to be expensive, my friend. They just need to happen. It's like saving your favorite outfit for the perfect occasion. And then one day you pull it out and it doesn't fit anymore. So it's because it's probably also out of the style, or it might not just be for you anymore. The moment passed while you were waiting for a better occasion. Later might not come, my friend. And if it does, it might not look the same. Sometimes the problem is that it's not that we don't care. It's that we're rushing through life so fast that we forget to pause. And that pause is where changes begin. So next, I want to talk about pressing the pause button. Because life feels like it's moving at 100 miles per hour, right? But like a remote control, we all have a pause button. We just forget to use it. For example, you don't need a retreat in the mountains to reset, right? Sometimes just 10 minutes of intentional minute of silence, journaling, or breath work can completely change your direction. And think of also like a phone running apps all day without being charged. Impossible, right? It will die. But plug it in just for a few minutes. And it has the energy to keep going. And here's the truth, guys. Life happens in the present moment. When we are not grounded, we're either stuck in the past or anxious predicting the future. That's why mindfulness and breathwork are so powerful. They're your anchor in the noisy voice and a noisy world. So take a breath, pause, and recharge. That's not weakness, that's wisdom. Yes, And here's what's beautiful too. It doesn't matter when you start, whether you're 18 or 58. There's no expiration date on growth. So what's stopping you guys? So that's my next step. Most of the time, it's fear. Yes, that freaking fear again. Yes. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of not being enough. Just here's the truth. Fear is not the enemy. Fear is part of being human. It's the voice that says, stay safe, but it's not always right. If fear is in the car with you, my friend, that's fine. Just don't let it drive. Let it sit in the passenger seat. Acknowledge it, but don't hand it the wheel. Listen, I delayed launching this podcast for months. I thought I needed more clarity, more perfection, more time. And the truth is, all I needed was more action. Because action is what gives you clarity, not the other way around. If we don't reflect and take action, that last day may come with regret. Yes. And the truth is that even when we pause and we get present, fear will still show up. Let's dig into that in the next point, because fear can quietly stop you from becoming who you are meant to be, especially when you think your time has an expiration date. And let me be clear, my friend, it's never too late or too early to start. Maybe you're thinking, I missed my chance. But let me say it clear, you did not. Listen, I graduated in my late 20s in broadcasting, and I worked in that field for about 8 years. It was a career I loved, yes. But when I became a mom, I chose to step away so I could be fully present for my family. For a while, that became my focus, and I poured everything into it, and I enjoyed every second of it. Now a new chapter, in my 50s, I've stepped into something completely new. I became a certified mindset coach, and I started my own business. This new chapter has brought so much purpose and joy into my life. It feels like a rediscovery of who I am, and it's proof that it's never too late to grow, to evolve, or find a passion that lights you up from the inside out. So if you think it is too late for you, I'm here to tell you it's not. You don't need to have it all figured out early. You just need to believe that every step matters, and you just need to keep taking the next one. It's like life is a GPS. Even if you miss a turn, it reroutes you, right? The destination doesn't disappear. You just find a different way to get there. You're not late. You are right on time as long as you start. Don't wait. Starting is only the first step, my friend. And do you know what really builds momentum to keep going? Yeah, keeping your own word. And that's what we're going to talk about next. Honoring your promise to yourself is where confidence is born. Because we love instant gratification, right? But real, meaningful success takes time. Think of an Olympic athlete. You see the gold medal moment, right? But you didn't see the thousands of early mornings, failures, and sacrifices. No. If you want to feel confident, don't wait to feel it. Action creates confidence, not the other way around. Confidence is built by keeping the promises you make to yourself. That means if you tell yourself you're waking up 10 minutes earlier to work out, do it. Not for the results, but to prove to yourself that you can trust your own word. Because confidence isn't just about belief, it's about integrity with yourself. Every time you break your word to yourself, you reinforce doubt. Yes, but every time you follow through, even when it's hard, you build self-respect. So ask yourself this. If you don't start today, and in a month you look back, how will you feel? That gap between who you want to be and how you are living, that's where the pain is, my friend. All right, guys, before we wrap up, here's a quick recap of today's key takeaways. I have turned them into a toolkit and exercises you can use right now to help you take action on everything we talk about today. And I will also include a printable PDF in the description below so you can keep it in your journal. So let's go. 6 powerful steps to start living fully today. First, reflective prompts. Take 5 to 10 minutes to journal your answer to this. If tomorrow never comes, what would I regret not doing? What am I postponing that matters deeply to me? What am I tolerating that's draining my energy or joy? Where in my life am I letting fear making my decisions? What is one promise I can make to myself this week and keep it? Second exercise. This would be an exercise. It's called later list. Grab a pen and write down all the things you keep saying you'll do later. Then circle the one that truly matters. And choose one to take action on this week. Because remember, later often becomes never. Choose one thing that can't wait. Number 3, create your 10-minute or 5-minute daily pause routine. Use this tool to stay grounded and clear. Set a timer for 5 or 10 minutes. Sit somewhere quiet. Close your eyes and focus on your breath. Ask yourself, what do I need right now? Write down one thing you're grateful for and one tiny action you can take today. You don't need an hour to recharge. You just need intention, my friend. And 4, this is a column. You make 2 columns, one for fear, one for fact. And in one color of the fear, you say, I'm not ready. And in the fact, you say, I learned by starting. In the fear, what if I fail? And in the fact, what if I grow or success? In the fear, people will judge me. In the fact, people are thinking about themselves. In the fear, it's too late. In the fact, there are people starting at every age. Truth dismantles fear, my friend. Clarity creates action. Create your own quotes. That's the number 5. Sticky notes for your mind. I love sticky notes. Here are a few mantras you repeat or write on your mirror. You don't need confidence to start. Starting builds confidence. Courage is just fear that says yes. It's okay to be scared. It's not okay to be stuck. If not now, when? A year from now, you'll wish you started today. Okay? So you can add any of the ones that work better for you. Okay, and the last one, number 6, create mini contract to yourself. This is cool because then you write it, you sign it, and you mean it. You'd say something like, today I commit to do one thing that moves me toward the life I want. No matter how small, I won't wait for perfect. I'll start where I am because I'm worth it and my time is now. And then you sign it, you date it, and you make it real. Keep that promise to yourself. And remember, the PDF version of Tools of Living for Living Fully is in the description below if you want to print it. All right? And to close our conversation today, I want to ask you again, my friend, what if tomorrow never comes? Would you still wait? Or would you finally act on what matters most? You have one life, one shot at today. Stop living on autopilot. Even if you move slowly, move. Crawl if you have to. But begin. The only thing standing between you and the different life is the story you're telling yourself about why you can't. Remember, your mindset is your greatest power. Share this episode if it moves you. Let's rise, reflect, and realign together, my friend. And as always, I believe in you. I appreciate you. And remember, you got this. Talk to you next week. Have an awesome week.